my beauties, welcome back for another video. So this was a very rich gold and green eye look, and it was super gorgeous. I loved creating this for you guys. So if you guys want to see what this look is gonna look like, then just keep on watching, and we're just gonna jump right into the tutorial. First, I'm gonna start off with the MAC Cover Up Concealer in the shade NC20, and I'm gonna use that simply just to prime my lid, you guys. The lid. Now, I don't set my eye just because the pigmentation on the eye is it's gonna pop way more versus if I were to set the eye. So just for the sake of all my tutorials now, I do not like to set the eyes. I just like to prime it, and then I go in and
I kind of buff that out so that it's not just kind of there, just like that.
Next, I'm gonna take this Morphe single shadow in the shade Aloha, and I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna pop that in the crease for my transition shade. So I'm just gonna continue building that up as my transition shade, just so that I get that
color payoff that I'm looking for. And I'm just still doing light strokes back and forth. And I'm not pressing too hard, as you can see. Just like that.
So next, I'm gonna take this second Morphe single shadow in the shade Nature's Calling, and it is just a more darker green. And now I'm gonna pop that into the crease. And just to add that, just deepen that crease up and add that dimension in there.
And also, like I mentioned, I just grab that color and I continue to take it and step by step. I don't pack a whole bunch on just because you want to start off little by little. You don't want to apply a whole bunch because then you're going to be screwed.
If you apply too much in one, the first time around. So you want to be careful with that. So like I said, I'm just grabbing that, and I took it a little bit lower than what I had already applied for my top shade. And I just took it a little lower. Now I'm just doing those windshield wiper motions, and I'm just building up that color, as y'all can see. And I'm just going to take a little bit more of that and do the same thing. Just like that. Next, I'm going to dig in to the Jacqueline Morphe collection, the Vault, and this one is the Dark Magic palette, and I'm going to simply take this shade, the third one down, it's right here. I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to grab that and simply just take that lower in the crease area and just add more depth in there, just like so. So I just want to continue to darken it up as I go lower, and my brush that I'm using is a Morphe 507 brush, and I'm simply just going to continue to pack that inside of the crease and just add that dimension, doing windshield wiper motions.
Just like that.
So now we're going to cut that crease, and I'm going to get ready to apply gold on the center of the lid. So I just grabbed more of that MAC Cover Up Concealer, and I'm just going to cut the center of my lid. And let me just tell you guys that those Morphe palettes that Jacqueline collabed with Morphe, the Vault, they are bomb.com. I mean, the pigmentation, you guys, is so amazing. The eyeshadows are super buttery and they blend out so gorgeous. I mean, she really did an amazing job. So now that I already have that concealer cut right there already, super easy. Now I want to take a wet gold shimmer and just apply that to the center of the lid, just simply before I apply that true gold pigment that I want from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collection. And as you can see, I'm just taking my time and being very careful laying that gold wet pigment down, because I don't want to smudge it anywhere. So I'm just slowly kind of taking that and packing that on there. Next, I'm going to grab this shade right here, which is this gold. Again, from the Armed and Gorgeous Morphe Jaclyn Hill Vault. And this is the coin gold that I'm going to take and use. So I'm just going to grab that gold and richen it up a little bit more, because I wanted to change the tone and make it a little bit more goldy. So I just grabbed that and packed it on there just like that. Next, I'm going to take this white frosty shade from the same palette, which is that Armed and Gorgeous, and it's this white right here. This white, it's a frost white. This shade I'm going to take right here, and I'm going to pop that for my brow bone highlight. And I'm taking a Morphe 321 brush, and I'm going to pop that on the brow. Super, super gorgeous frosty white. I've been obsessed with this shade for my brow highlight, and I've been using it ever since I got this palette. Well, ever since I got the full complete vault. This has been my go-to shade, like hands down. I applied my lashes off camera. Voila, lashes are on. My skin is already prepped. I use the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Visage. And if you can see right here in this area, like I'm talking about, I have all this redness from like blemishes and acne that I had. And I'm gonna just kind of blend that out so that green is not harsh and it doesn't pull through that foundation. Next, I'm gonna grab my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and it is already cold here in Texas where we are at, and so I want to keep my face dewy versus matte, because I don't want my skin to dry out, and it tends to do that more in the fall and winter season. And I'm going to be using my Morphe sponge, and I'm going to insert it all over the face. And so I'm going to take some here on the nose, and we are just going to blend that baby out.
Just like that. Patting motions all over the face.
So I'm just continuing on patting that foundation in, and as you notice, I do insert some voiceovers in some parts of the video, just because I kind of like the voiceovers better versus than me talking. So just excuse where the words or the voiceovers do not go with the words to my mouth. So sorry for that, but excuse that, you guys. As you can see, I'm also starting to blend that foundation down my neck, just so that the foundation doesn't leave a demarcation line around the chin area. So I just simply took that and continued to blend that out all over the face, make sure it was beautiful and seamless. Next, I'm going to take my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC25, and I'm just going to pop a little bit here on the forehead, under the eye, just like that. And the thing about this concealer is that it is matte, so it does tend to like dry quick if you don't move quick enough. So you always want to make sure that when you are using this this concealer, that you do work in a quick, time. So I'm just gonna retake that beauty blender,
and I'm going to use tapping motions, and I'm going to just blend that out just like so.
And I'm gonna do my cupid's bow, my chin, and then the bridge of my nose, and just kind of tap lightly upward, just like that. Done. Next, I'm going to take my NYX Studio Finish Powder and this Real Techniques super fluffy brush, and I'm going to use that to set the face, and I'm only going to press it into the skin. I'm not going to bake. I'm not much of a baker, so I'm just pressing that into the skin and setting it before I do all of my bronzing up and warming up in my face. Next, I'm gonna bronze up the skin, and I'm gonna use my MAC shade, which is right here. I'm gonna use this shade right here to warm up my face and contour, and it is the MAC Pro Pan in the shade Blunt. I'm gonna take a angled brush and just warm up and bronze the skin up. And I'm just gonna simply take that and warm up the skin and just gently wipe back and forth, just like that. And then I'm gonna build it up just a little bit more and deepen it up those cheeks. Just like that. Just back and forth, back and forth. And I'm gonna grab the same thing and apply it to my chin, because we want to snatch that chin up, and we do not want to look like no Miss Piggies. I know all of y'all can relate, all you beauties who love to do makeup. I know y'all feel where I'm coming from. So now that that is done, I am going to do the under eyes, and then we will pop highlight and a little bit of blush, and we'll get to lips. Now I'm going to take that Nature's Calling Morphe Single Shadow, and I am going to use that shade to pop on the bottom lower lash line, just like that. And then in a little bit, once I'm done, I'm going to grab that transition shade that I used earlier, which was called Aloha, and I'm going to blend that out. So I'm going to grab one of the, where brush is it? The one I used earlier, which was the M541 brush. I'm just going to take that single Morphe Aloha shade, and I am going to smudge out that lower lash line and make it look super blended and buffed out versus just that definite line. If you guys see that, you can tell the difference from this side and this side. This side, I still just have that straight line on the bottom. So I'm going to take that Aloha shade just like I did on the other side and just blend out that dark shade that was called the Nature's Calling from the Morphe Single Shadows. So just like that, you see how gorgeous that looks now? It looks super gorgeous. Next, I want to pop a shade in the inner corner, which is this frosty white right here. I'm going to grab that shade and pop that into the inner corners. So I'm just going to simply pop that into the inner corner. Super gorgeous. Oh my god, look how gorgeous that is. So there we are. Those are the eyes. Next, I'm going to pop on some blush, but before I apply that blush, I need to pop some mascara and waterline liner inside of my waterline. And this is the MAC Hot and Naughty Lash. Now that we are done with that, I'm going to take that water liner that I said, and it's the Morphe Dark Room, and it's just a black pencil eyeliner, and I'm going to take that and put that inside of my waterline. And sorry you guys if y'all see me putting my head down, it's because I'm trying to look in my viewfinder.
And I'm trying to see
myself through there. So just like that. Next, I'm going to take this Patrick Star, and I'm going to simply take that and warm up my cheeks with a BH Cosmetics brush, and it's in the number 108. I'm just going to grab that, dab that there, and then warm up that cheeks. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous blush. Super gorgeous. I'm like in love with this shade. So now that we are done with that step, I am going to apply highlight. We will get to lips, and then we will be complete with the full face. Next, I'm grabbing my MAC Hyper Real Glow Kit, and it looks just like this. I'm going to grab that first shade, and I'm going to start highlighting, you guys. This has been my obsession at the moment for highlight. It is a gold highlight, and if you guys can see and pick that up, look how gorgeous that is. Oh my god, I'm so obsessed with this highlight shade. I don't know how many times, you guys, I have to say obsessed in my video, but I really am obsessed over the products that I use
on a daily basis until I find something else that wows me. But for now, these are my faves. So I'm just gonna highlight that tip of the nose, and I'm gonna grab a little bit of that and just get right here. Cupid's bow, because we can't forget that Cupid's bow, right? And then we are gonna just do the chin just a little bit, hit right here on the top, and then we are done for highlight. Next, we're gonna get on with lips.
For lips, I'm going to take this, and this is in the shade Birthday Suit. I'm going to grab that, and I'm just going to take that nude shade, and I'm going to apply it. It is a matte finish. Super gorgeous, isn't it? Now that we're done, I still want to make it a little glossy, because lately I've been loving the glossy type look. So I'm just going to grab this e.l.f. lip lacquer, and it is just a simple clear gloss. I'm going to pop that right over the nude lip. Because I have been loving how gloss has been looking. So that is it. This is the full face beat. That is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. But I promise you guys, I will be back with more face and look tutorials. So that was it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be back with another one.